I remember my first job when I was a stockbroker at Merrill Lynch, and I made 100 cold calls a day, and we had to start every day at 7 something in the morning. We role played, and then we had to, dial for dollars, and I really suffered with that. I mean, I suffered so much with it that I remember that you couldn't leave the office until you had made your 100 dials, and sometimes I'd be there from 7 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. You could technically make 100 dials in an hour.
So what were you doing in between dials, or were you getting this many people on the phone and having conversations?
Well, no, I did not get that many people on the phone, but it was because of what you're talking about. It was because the story I was telling myself was that I am bothering this person. The story I was telling myself was I don't know enough about the stock market. What if they ask me a question about Apple or about some stock that I don't know the specifics about their price earning ratios, or the future of their company or their debt, whatever, all that stuff that we had to know as a stockbroker. And I took all the tests. I passed all the tests. But again, I was so concerned about not knowing something that I need to know.
So were you studying in between dials? Is that what was happening?
Oh yeah. So I was studying between dials. I always had the news on. I read the entire cover to cover of the Wall Street Journal every morning before I started calling. Because again, I was so worried that I was going to call, Frank, some millionaire Frank, and Frank had read something in the journal before I had read it, and he was going to ask me a question, and I was going to, feel stupid and therefore look stupid, and I would lose his trust.
So it's good to prepare, but you were doing this in a space where you were researching more than you were working, and probably telling yourself, reading this again, or refreshing the news page and reading what else is new is work, and telling yourself it's work when really that wasn't your work. I mean, your work was calling people.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So and since then we have new ways that we've realized this, or I've realized this, and that's I was spending more time getting ready to sell than I was just selling. Mm-hmm. And what I was doing is I was doing a tension relieving activity versus a result producing activity. So I was doing something that again, the story I told myself, like you said, is that I needed to make sure I knew all this information in order to call, so I didn't look dumb. I didn't make Merrill Lynch look dumb. I didn't make a company look dumb. Myself look dumb. My family, whatever. That was the whole point, right? So that was the story I told myself, and so therefore I thought I was doing work, but like you said, I wasn't doing the results producing work.